something else that comes up frequently is how you start your saw.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the official still, the official still way that recommended from the manufacturer, of course, is engage the brake, put your foot through the loop, and start it that way. The Forest Service has two ways of doing it that they approve of, and they're super safety conscious. What they realize is that no one's going to do that. When you're working and you're working on fires and stopping it's just not going to happen. So one thing that they've adopted is the between the legs method. This is approved by the Forest Service. You can do it this way. I used to drop start my saw like this, and that's the way it's done. A lot of private logging companies this is the way they've always done it. Not the best idea. So I still do it sometimes when I fall back into my bad ways, but what I've tried to do, and I think I've pretty much got myself trained now, is starting it this way. Hold it between the legs, engage the brake, and then you can start it. Or not.
Do you know how I start it?
How?
The still way.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh crap.
What happened?
Oh, I didn't keep my chain speed up, and I hit a branch and knocked the chain off.
Is that hard to repair in the field?
No.
How do you do it?
Well, you reach into your pocket, and you pull out your T-wrench.
That is the most useful tool.
It is for this. It's a brand new chain, and it's got a little stretch in it. New chains will stretch. And I tightened it up this morning. I noticed it was a little bit loose, but this happens a lot when you're in the brush.
Why don't you tell everybody what the most romantic birthday gift ever you got from me was?
That I got from you?
That you gave to me.
The most romantic? Probably your engagement ring?
How about my chainsaw chaps?
The chainsaw. It was maybe a tie between the chainsaw chaps and the vacuum or the Bugs goggles.
Do you want to tell them how you wore out my chainsaw?
I haven't worn it out, but it does look a little different than it was when I gave it to you. So I have actually I did get that saw for her. My little saw I have is a pro saw. It's a 260, and it's a great saw. And everyone was asking in yesterday's video, how come I'm not using that saw? It just doesn't have enough power. I can only run a 24-inch bar on it, and that's pushing it. That's probably not suggested, but I run it anyway because it may be hopped up a little bit, and it does run it, but it doesn't have enough power, especially when you want to cut fast and aggressively, and you want to cut stumps, like knocking all the stumps down.
But it was great for me, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great. I wouldn't say it's a girl saw.
No.
But it's a good saw for a first-time user to use, but it's a pro saw. It's a lot of people don't realize that still chainsaws, not all their saws are not all equal. They have different lines. They basically have, I probably break it into 3 different lines. Professional being the top, which is like this saw here, this 441 Magnum, and then they have kind of a mid-range, and then they have an entry level. So it's all, there's price points for everyone.
And it depends on how much you need it too, right?
Yeah, if you're going to use a chainsaw to cut a little bit of firewood, a cord of firewood, then it wouldn't make any sense to buy a professional saw. What you're buying durability, longevity, weight, power. I think a good saw for most people would be like about the best deal out there is a Husqvarna, I think is it the Rancher, little Rancher saw. They have those at most big box stores have them. Those are pretty good little saws.
Now what are you doing now?
I'm just tightening the chain. There.
Any tricks?
Well, if I don't want to comment on it. I can hear all of the experts typing.
Well,
There's a lot of timber faller experts and even more safety experts in the comments yesterday. Comments are always greatly appreciated. Well, one thing we all have is we all have opinions, don't we?
We do.
All right, let's see how.
And we can't be experts at everything.
See, that's too tight. It's a little bit too tight there.
So how can you tell?
When I can't turn it. Little tight.